You probably heard about the whole Google Memo, and in case you didn't, an engineer at Google posted an internal memo talking about Google's ideological echo chamber. We're not surprised by this. I don't think anyone's particularly surprised that Google is a fucking echo chamber over there screaming about diversity and all that other random buzzwordy crap. Now, the guy's actually fairly even-handed throughout his entire memo. I mean, I read the whole thing. I read it on Gizmodo first, sadly, which means all of the sources and graphs were removed, which makes him seem a little more speculative. However, there is a full version, which I will have the link in the description of, that has graphs and cites all of its sources. It's not the best cited paper, but hey, it's a guy at work. What were you expecting? His big complaint isn't that diversity is a thing, it's that Google is doing it wrong. Okay, I'm now curious. His big issue is that he goes, there are biological differences between men and women. True. And that how they think and things of that nature. Basically, women tend to be more people-oriented, men are more thing-oriented. Yeah, I pretty much agree with that. That's a biological thing. They do studies with babies, and boys will go towards stuff, and girls will go towards faces. That's kind of a thing. And then society simply reinforces that as time goes on, because you know what? It works. There's a very good reason we've used this model for such a long time. It's functional. Anyway, tech is predominantly male, he says, because women don't want to go into it. Gasp! Horror! People are making choices! Seriously, I swear to God, that's how they're acting. He just said they made a choice. They chose not to go in. Now, did some get dissuaded because, wow, that's a lot of guys. That just feels uncomfortable. Yeah, but they still made the choice. No one made them not go. I don't think anyone's, well, I won't say anyone, but I'd say most people aren't intentionally trying to make it a hostile environment for women. He even goes as far as saying, if you want to actually bring women in a non-bullshit manner, make coding a team thing, because then they have people to work with and people to interact with. Okay, that would be actually helping diversity in an actual functional way instead of forcing it. Okay? Natural diversity is good. Forced diversity makes people angry. That's it. It's very simple. Now, the fucking outrage over this is mind-boggling. Well, it shouldn't be, because we've seen this before, but it's so dumb. Fuck, it's so dumb. CNN has 2 opinion pieces on why the guy is right. CNN has 2 pieces on this. My mind nearly fucking exploded. I was amazed. CNN defending the guy. Fuck, MSNBC sort of defended him by saying that it might be illegal for Google to fire him. Now, this was before they fired him. I haven't seen anything out afterwards. But Google is effectively firing this guy over his political belief, which is illegal as fuck, especially in California. They even have a specific law about it. In the stated reason, of course, was for perpetuating gender stereotypes, which is against their employee handbook or something. I don't get it, but okay. The thing is that part of what he did was he thought he saw something that was unjust. And in California, if you think that there are unjust hiring practices going on, or if you think there is discrimination going on, your employer cannot take action against you even if you're wrong, because you thought something was wrong and you were pointing it out. That's what all he was doing. His whole memo is really, hey Google, we have a problem. We should fix this problem. Okay, and the problem is their ideological fucking echo chamber. He wants ideological diversity. He's like, let's get more conservatives. Let's get other people in here. Let's make this, an actually more welcoming place for women. Instead of, we're only going to have programs for women, or we're only going to have programs for specific racial minorities. I don't think you'd be annoyed if you had, hey, we're going to have a guys program. Because, they've got like a women's yoga or something. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but they've got specific programs to help women deal with stress. Well, why don't you have one for guys? You have like a guys racquetball team or something. I don't know. But that's only fair. I don't mind having, specific events for women as long as, guys have something similar, especially with a company-sponsored thing like that. I mean, this isn't like some women went out and, let's go make a yoga, let's go all to a yoga class together, we'll go make a yoga club. Okay, that's them doing it themselves. The company did this, and that's why it bothers me, because they do that shit all the time, and it's so fucking frustrating. But yeah, that's the long and short of it. The dude got fired because he said Google is basically being an ideological tyrant. And they fire him, and they prove him right. Yeah, well, I guess the one bright spot in all of this is the fact that, frankly, I think more people are pissed at Google and how they handled it, and are more pissed off at the people screaming, this man is sexist, this man is racist, than they're mad at him. I think the weight's finally shifted. I think the whole momentum shifted away from them. And a couple articles that even say it. They're going, this is worse for Google than it ever will be for him. And frankly, it's about damn time.